Again, Wednesday night. This is awesome. We always meet on our Wednesday night, Eastern Central Time, 9 o'clock. Woohoo! We get together and we have our conversations about anything, every topic we could come up with. If we need something, we talk about it. If we don't need nothing, we talk about it too. It's always fun. And we make up stuff too as we go along. Why not, right? It's just about how we feel in that tonight. So whatever we want to talk about, we talk about it. We did some. Shayla had a topic that we listened to some chick about her feminine micro managing our feminine energy. This little micro mini thing that she was giving us all kinds of examples. It had some good points. It had some interesting things. Keep our feminine energy up. And we all had our little comments on it and what we liked about it, what we didn't like about it. I mean, we can always talk about that and see we can always critique her. No, nothing bad about her. No judgment calls here. This is just something that we were thinking about. And she had a few points. I liked a couple of points about making sure we do stuff for ourselves to bring out our energy. That's the most important part I got out of it. To replenish our energy, what we need and how we need it. And she just brought up some points that I think maybe she needed or other people can use. And I like the idea where taking time for yourself because I don't do that. I admit it. So I made sure I'd cut my toenails this week. Did I
Good
paint them?
job.
Not
Good.
yet. I filed them, but I didn't paint them yet. So I was going to go get them done, but I said, you know what? I'll just try myself. Maybe stump's over.
You
God only
go.
knows what
Ooh.
colors it'll be. It'll be fun.
A different
Oh,
color
that
for
sounds
every
fun.
toe. Come
I know. I
on.
was gonna say it's Pride Month. Like, hello, just embrace those
Right. I'll
colors.
fit right in.
Rainbow
Rainbow.
toes.
That's right. I'm in. So that was the one thing good, the one takeaway that I got that was awesome. And then she did the little micro things about we were talking about what? Makeup.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was kind of interesting. We all had our little comments on the makeup. And I heard what do you have to say on the makeup business?
Well, I okay. So let me give a little context
Okay.
because I was never allowed to wear makeup at all, and
Okay.
so gosh, so trying to learn how to do it at 18 was ridiculous, and all I used was just the powder because my face was like just so oily because you're a teenager and everything like that. So I have grown up using so since then I've used very minimal makeup, which is fine because I don't like a lot of makeup. So I stopped wearing makeup years ago, partially because I was emotionally exhausted from all the healing work that I was having to do. And when you're in survival mode, you get rid of like the other stuff you don't need. Sometimes I would show up to work, like thankfully early, and I'd apply my makeup in the bathroom because I was just so exhausted. And it's like, why wear it? Because I'm going to be sweating it off within the hour. and so, but there have been a couple of times within the last couple of years where I have applied it intentionally, and I have kind of felt like a little bit of that feminine energy coming up and out again. And I've needed that. And so that's where I was like, well, I think it's awesome if you want to wear makeup. I think it's awesome if you don't. Just never feel like you have to conform. And there might be things that help and other things that don't. I can't wear lipstick because I can't stand the sensory aspect of it. And then I just hear men talking about like lipstick and like, ooh, this would look great, or like mascara. And I'm like, I don't wear any of that stuff because of like the sensory stuff. I just don't like it. So it's like you do you. And also like I had a frozen shoulder. So it was like, you really think I want to apply anything when I can barely hold my shoulder? So that was my aspect. And so probably not having any makeup growing up kind of led into, well, okay, I'll experiment a little bit. I don't know very much, but what I know, I'm going to sweat off anyway. So why bother?
So we didn't have to worry about the energy wasn't that great for the makeup. She just, it wasn't really a powerful uh energy for femininity, but it was something that it could be for some people. It could be
Yeah,
a boost, you know, so there's no judgment there. It was an idea, after I thought about it, yeah, it's an idea. That's something. So I thought that was kind of interesting, that she brought that out. It made her feel good, and but it's not necessary, but it was an idea. At least she was thinking about energy and how to be more feminine. But, does it really make you feminine? No. What's your take, Robin?
Yeah, well, see, I've never been a real makeup person. I've spent all my life, outdoors and here and there and yeah, running around and sweating and stuff like that. And honestly, it's never even crossed my mind, except that every now and then I think, gee, it would be kind of interesting to try that out. So I actually sometimes like go out and buy makeup and stuff. But then I try putting it on and I just feel like it's too much. I don't like having glop on my face. I'm afraid I'm gonna like smear something or, like wipe my face and that's gonna be it. I'm gonna have like lipstick all over it. Like I couldn't. Like I think the only time I ever really wore lipstick may have been my wedding day or something like that. For the photos. And every now and then I'll do like some mascara or like a little eye stuff. But then I wear glasses anyway, so it's like okay, it kind of negates that. And then I have like some other friends who like I can remember like being in high school and like being like my jaw dropped like they felt like they couldn't leave the house without makeup on and I was like, "Really? Really? Is that really a thing?" So but I certainly don't think it's necessary to feel feminine, but sometimes like if you want to do a little extra dress up thing, I could see where it could be useful and kind of fun. But, yeah, for me, it never really was. Like, maybe for the punk rock thing, I might go with a little heavy duty black mascara or something, like, but, no, not really. I never really did too much of that. So, it's kind of a foreign concept for me. And I don't think
Yeah.
my mom ever wore makeup because she always had this idea that, you wouldn't like it was, like, not natural or something, I don't know. And then I had a stepmother who wouldn't leave the house without it, she was like but then, you get my mother's sort of judgment about that, "Oh, that's the painted woman," So
I was just gonna say it sounded like she was trying to call the other makeup wearing women harlots.
Yeah, well, yeah, exactly, that was kinda my mom's take on it, so, but she was kind of rebelling, I think, against her childhood and how she was taught, like in the 50s, that you had to have makeup and stuff and be
Mm.
very proper and made up. And I don't know. I don't know. And then there's this idea that like you have to be like this well put together woman, and that I've never been. I'm lucky if I remember to brush my hair when I walk out the door. I don't know. It's like a concept that never quite set with me. But
Yeah. I understand completely. Like I grew up like with my dad a lot because I was like, the firstborn and whatever my dad, we played a lot of tomboy stuff on baseball and I climbed trees and stuff like that. But then again, my mom, I was with my mom and my mom was a makeup gal, and she was like fair skin and her eyebrows were light. So she liked to put her eyebrows on and all that. So I was kind of like, half and half, so one day I'd be like, yeah, okay, who cares? Next day, I'd experiment with that. But as I thought about makeup, it did trigger something in my life that it was kind of unpleasant as I remember getting married. um, I wanted to wear makeup for my wedding and for my pictures, and I should have realized that I shouldn't have never got married, but I knew that as I was walking down the altar. That's a whole nother story. But I went along, I went with it, and my ex did not want me to wear
Hmm.
stuff. He said, no, you need to be natural. But I say that you cannot. Now, whoa,
Oh.
trigger.
Hmm.
That brought that back. That little thing that, after I got off, after reading that, it triggered back
Hmm.
already of that trauma, of controlling already, in the relationship of just not wearing makeup.
Hmm.
Just for the photos, like, little lipstick. I mean, I managed to put blush on because sometimes my skin, I felt pale. I mean, I have an olive complexion, which it looks so good. I mean, it looked good, but I felt me, not, anybody else. And I just wanted some blush. And then it brought back some of that old stuff that I went through for trauma and it triggered it. And I says, wait a minute, this has got to stop. But so little things, even like a makeup or an energy that someone was talking about, feminine energy or something good, has brought back something, a little bit of a trauma from your life that you didn't even realize. I never thought about that. I mean, I've been not married for like, I don't know, 1,000 years, that was like 1,000 years. And something like that just brought that all back.
Hmm.
So just little things like that. I just wanted to share that. And it was so weird. And I said, that's over with. I'm glad that controlling spirit's gone, and that's not going to trigger me. I'm my person now and I'm doing it things for myself. I am the energizing my femininity for what I want. I am making myself my higher person for what I want. I'm in control now, and it just gave me, that's what gave me the energy. That's what gave me the feminine power, reclaiming it for me. That's where I got all excited from. So I just wanted to share that with you because I can't believe it. It took me all the way back there. It was really, I guess it was a healing right there. You just, and I didn't realize it. And I just realized that I wanted to share that with you girls, tonight. That was really cool how it just, took me back.
Yeah.
Oh
Well,
my
thank you for sharing.
Yeah.
And it's interesting, there's an aspect of control around makeup in all of our stories.
Yeah, it's not interesting. I was just thinking that, it's like
yes.
who controls that and who makes up the rules about that,
Mhm.
and it becomes a limiting belief or it becomes a
Yeah.
a belief of some kind because somebody's trying to control that, you know?
Somebody, society always steps in, you
Yeah.
know,
Mm.
something.
Now, Robin, I was going to say my mom was very similar to yours in the sense of like you be natural. So I mean, so again, like
Mm.
coloring hair was not a thing. You cannot pierce anything, and
Yeah.
she
Yeah.
she wore lipstick, at least that. But I know she wasn't like heavy duty into anything. But I remember like she was just like so appalled and abhorrent, and it's just like so it's femininity if we're trying to express it can come out in all sorts of creative, colorful ways. But some people do their nails and that gives a little bit of, some of that boost or whatever. And then to have someone just completely annihilating you every time you're trying to do something to express yourself and express that feminine energy. Yeah, I mean, I can see where some people are just like, well, fine, I'm just shutting this down then.
Yeah, but isn't that interesting? Because like I was just thinking when Donna was saying that, like the rebel in all of us, like I would think like, the minute you get divorced, Donna, didn't you just want to go out and like put makeup all over
The
yourself?
minute I got divorced, I got this ear piercing on my ear.
Uh-huh.
And my two daughters, we went together and we were like the three musketeers. I said because he never, my ex never wanted us to do it. We got these ears pierced.
Hmm.
Even my two little my kids when they were little, we were allowed, but we never were allowed to do this. So the first thing we did, I took my two daughters and we did it. And I mean, that was so, I was so rebellious. I said, we're doing it because we wanted to do it. And
Mm.
yes, that's terrible. Is it terrible
Is
or
it?
not terrible?
I don't know. There's
See,
so much judgment around
are we being
simple things.
rebellious? Are we being set free? What, you
Yeah.
know, what is it?
Mm. Yeah. And
Yeah.
Shayla's got her hair all red right now. So
Right? Like all this,
we can
yeah.
just
It's
the
been like
roses.
7 years since I colored my hair any sort of non-traditional color.
Uh-huh.
But I have so much fun with it. And your hair is like a part of your identity that you can control when you're in the right situation.
Right.
Absolutely.
Mm.
Absolutely.